Tonight, we're celebrating our third annual Spring Gala. Thank you so much for coming tonight and celebrating with us another successful year at Blessman Ministries. During this past year, many things have been happening here, and with the funds that you helped us raise last year, which were considerably over $250,000, we've been able to purchase a portion of a fixed-wing plane. We've been able to purchase a 120-acre farm, and we've been busy developing that and remodeling some of the buildings there. So we're so excited about all that's happening on Mountain View Farm. We've been able to successfully continue our program with Iowa State University with their textile professors and students coming to help us with our sewing center. We also have agricultural students coming from Iowa State University, and we're close to getting our first veterinary students coming. We've actually had the dean of the veterinary school and a couple of their graduate students come over. We're excited to look forward to a future partnership with Iowa State, at least those three colleges. We continue our partnership with Des Moines University with the physician assistant students and the public health students and the DO or medical students. One of our major goals over the next few years is to become self-sustainable and have 75% of our funds come from renewable sources or from sources here in South Africa.
Welcome at one of our greenhouses at Cramer Children's Campus. This is the greenhouse that the group of Growing Hope helps to maintain and grow vegetables in. This year we decided to up with a few experiments by planting a few different crops in here. Around me you can see some tomatoes and cabbage and spinach. We've also planted beets and lettuce in our greenhouses this year. We're having great success with connecting with small entrepreneurs outside of the village to whom we can sell more of our produce to. We have 75 children here at Cramer Children's Campus now. It's absolutely fantastic to see how these children are transforming through being able to have access to a computer center where they get to do games, but also educational programs while they're on the computer. They also get to do agricultural training. They take that back home, and that's really our goal, is to have each family that is presented here have a garden at their house. 60 students were able to get their uniforms to help them to be able to go to school this year. The other 15 got part of their uniforms. All of this was made possible by donations from givers like you. Our bakery is doing really well right now. We're baking about 90 breads a week, being able to provide this to small enterprises across the Gauteng that they can resell in the community. We're also feeding this bread to our children here at Cramer campus. This, alongside the Meals of the Heartland that is provided to us through Convoy of Hope, providing our children with a nutritious, well-balanced diet.
2014, we did a lot by God's grace. The church was fairly unknown in the community, and now everywhere you go, you hear people who know about Lighthouse Church, and the numbers have been growing. Yeah, and the children's church are growing as well. We have an average of 120, and then the youths, the programs that we do during the week, we have youth on Fridays. We have an average of 40 young people meeting every Friday. And so, but we are doing well, but we trust God to do better. The impact in the community is especially the way we focus on the children. You know, the children, we teach them godly values, and we teach them values that will make them into better persons, better people, you know. We focus on, we emphasize on them getting educated. And then so the impact of that will be within the next few years, the kids will be able to grow up to be responsible citizens. We're also focusing on leadership. We teach them basic leadership principles, you know, so people will be able to solve the challenges that the community is facing, and we believe within the next few years, this community will never be the same.
In 2014, we had our first Leadership Academy. This is a program that is part of Lighthouse Church. 16 students enrolled in this program this year, and as part of the program, they have to do a community project to be able to move forward to the next year. It's a 4-year program. We start in their 8th grade, and they'll go until 11th grade. Each year, doing this community project will enable them to continue to the next year. It was amazing to see these young leaders getting involved in their community and making a difference there, being able to not just be built up as leaders, but actually be able to show their leadership in their community.
I'm at Letabo Sewing Center, and I would like to just tell you a bit about what happened last year in 2014. We started the Sewing Center thinking we would make school uniforms, but we've expanded greatly, especially this year, trying new patterns and new things. We've made many handbags, tote bags, bags to keep exercise mats in. We've made backpacks, even men's ties, in addition to women's clothing and skirts. The goal of the center, of course, is to make money to sustain itself and hopefully to employ more people. We added 2 machines this year, and we're also making better use of the embroidery machine we have. That is one thing we really hope to expand on this year. We also started an online store in 2014 and selling the products there. The products are shipped over with our missionary ambassadors that come over, the teams. They take suitcases home with product. We've been asked by the Department of Corrections to go in and teach skills training to some of the women prisoners there. We've also arranged for Iowa State University to bring interns here, and they'll start coming in May to help with production and pattern design and marketing.
I'm coming to you today from our beautiful Mountain View farm. We were able to purchase this farm early December with funds that our friends of our ministry were kind enough to provide for us, and in just 3 months you'll be amazed at the development of the farm that we've already been able to accomplish. Probably our biggest project so far is the old farm home that was on this property when we purchased it, and we considered even tearing it down and starting over fresh. But thanks to the Forest Ridgeway family who came in, helped us refurbish it. They put a new roof on it, or patched the old roof and painted it. So it's a beautiful building as it sits there today.
I'm working in construction with the Blessman Ministries. 2014, it has been a very good year. We have been doing a lot of construction at the Mountain View. The farm got a big old farmhouse, which is about 50 years old. So there was a lot of cracks, the ceiling, even the roof, a lot of leaks. We are busy trying to put a lot of toilets. Since this hostel is going to be a hostel for the youth, so we need a lot of toilets and a beautiful kitchen. So we are busy doing some tiling, and we are also trying to put a new sanitation, a septic tank, so that it will occupy a lot of people, since we put a lot of toilets. It has been a good year for us with the construction. We also thank a lot of Americans who have been coming and giving us help. So we thank all the Americans for supporting us.
The agricultural department is sending their professors and students over to share their wisdom with us, not in just planting and harvesting, but in knowing what to plant and what nutrients we need to add to the soil, and really doing a scientific job of excellence in farming. And we've got a plan to build a Teen Challenge unit right here on this very farm. And the Teen Challenge students will come the first 9 months and live in our youth hostel. And while they're living here, we'll put them to work and they'll build their long-term dormitory.
I'm here at Mountain View Training and Research Farm. The last 4 months we've worked very hard developing this farm. This field behind me was full of bush and thorn trees. We worked very hard to get it cleared out and tilled.
One of the first things we started working on was putting a 2.4 meter game fence around the perimeter. This will give us the option of breeding wild game in the future.
This is one of the things we've been able to produce here in the last 4 months. This corn was donated by Pioneer and has proven to be quite well. We also have spinach, tomatoes, cabbage, carrots, beans, and beetroot that we're hoping to turn over quite regularly throughout the seasons here. Here we have 2 greenhouses. We will be working hard to get these drip irrigation lines sorted and get them filled with vegetables. We also have the pump station, which can house up to 10 greenhouse tunnels. We'll currently be utilizing 2 of the stations for these 2 greenhouses and some outdoor drip lines that we have laid out. We were blessed with a strong well on this property. We're currently pumping close to 12,000 liters per hour. This 200,000 liter reservoir will be ample supply for our crops and vegetables. And this is good, clean, safe, drinkable water. At Blessman Ministries, we try to keep our carbon footprint as low as possible. That's why we've opted to use drip irrigation. With this drip irrigation, it provides water directly to the vegetable. This reduces electricity costs and water costs. Our fish farming project faced many challenges this year. We struggled a lot with water clarity and we lost a lot of fingerlings. This project is something we firmly believe in, and we're busy investigating and working on a solution to make this project a success. This is a Cessna 206. We recently partnered with Reaching a Generation and Hands of Hope. We'll use this tool to open up new doors and possibilities within the ministries. This plane has already helped us get to orphanages and feeding centers that we work directly with, drastically reducing the travel time. This will be a tremendous help with the Rotary Well project as we travel far distances to remote water projects.
We are at the Leroy Blessman Ministries Lodge of Dreams, where the main focus is to lodge the missionary teams that come mainly from America. They've been wowed over the years by the fact that they get to have a meal that's similar to home. So this is like second home for them. And when they go back, they wow their friends who have also come in and had the experience of the mission teams here at the Leroy Blessman Ministries. And they've gone on to love the updates they get from here and the work of the Lord that is happening here and the luxurious stay they get to have whilst they're doing the ministry. When we do not have the teams available, we have availability for our international and local guests so that they can experience the nature and the surrounding areas of this beautiful and peaceful place. This includes families, friends, and those who just want to have an experience different from where they're coming from. And in doing that, it's self-sustaining for the lodge in future times to make it bigger and better for the next teams coming in. Last year, we also designed a website where we can showcase our facilities and where people can make their bookings to come and stay with us.
One additional thing that our friends and donors have helped us to do this year is to hire some wonderful new staff. We hired a gentleman by the name of Cabello. He's helping us put together grants where we can raise funds from here in South Africa and actually internationally. He helped us write the water project grant, which is a matching fund with the Rotary International Foundation. And that grant alone will bring in $161,000 US and will permit us to drill 10 wells in rural schools here in South Africa. Another grant that Cabello's working on with us is a grant with the Corrections Department. And that's where we get the government to help fund some of the work that we're doing here. Our budget over the last couple of years has been $1.25 million a year. When Beth and I started 15 years ago, our budget was $35,000 a year. Thanks to many of you in this room, we're able to raise those funds. Meals from the Heartland has been an incredible help in raising funds to feed our children. Convoy of Hope and all of you who come to South Africa to join us are a big part of the $1.25 million budget. Last year we raised $250,000 to help us with our projects. Our goal this year is just about the same. We're not increasing how much money we would like to raise or think we can raise this year, but we're praying that you will all be generous tonight and help us raise the $250,000.